Hi everyone, hey, it's Diane. Today we are going to be repotting a Maranta houseplant, also known as prayers plant. And I purchased it here about a week ago, and I know it needs to be repotted. And I found a pot for it, and we're going to do that today. This is a beautiful plant. It's got beautiful markings, and they call it prayers plant because it folds up at night. So let's get started. All right, let's get repotting this little guy here. I got some dirt in it's an 8-inch pot. Let's pull this out and look at it. And as you can see, nice roots. Probably untangle them just a little bit. Be careful with it. And kind of inspect your plant before you repot it. And get the dead leaves out if you can. And we're going to place it in this pot here. Kind of get the right height. I don't want it too deep, and I want it about just a little bit below the opening here. See, and it can be adjusted. Put some soil in there. Not pack it real hard, but kind of work it down in between there. Isn't this a beautiful plant? Now these guys like to be kind of moist in the spring and summer, and it says they kind of go dormant in the winter, which indoors they maybe need a little less water, but they like to be misted. They got to have high humidity, and that's one thing that's kind of important. So that's why, you want to take, something to mist them with. And if you don't, you're going to notice they're going to start on the tips. They'll start getting brown, but that can also be caused by too dry. It can be caused by the water. You just don't know. So, but misting them is really going to help, and that kind of brings out the beauty in them, really. So the soil I used was the peat and perlite, which is a soil I always use. It's a Pro Mix. It's got a little bark in it also. But the Maranta, it's just a beautiful plant. You can take some cuttings from this in the spring. I would say when you go to cut them, you cut them below the node here. And you can make some new plants. Put them in if you want them to root, it kind of says to put them in a little baggie. And it says stem cuttings can also be taken from spring to early summer. Take the cuttings just below the nodes, closest to the bottom of the stem. Cuttings can be placed in a mixture of moist peat and perlite and covered with plastic to retain moisture levels. You may want to poke a few holes in the plastic to allow for adequate ventilation. Place the cuttings in a sunny location. What I would probably do to make my own is what I've done with a lot of my plants is just put them in some soil and put put them in a flat and then put the dome lid on them. So what's that look like? I'll get you a little close up here. As you can see why they're so beautiful. They got the red veining. And these, like I said, they close up at night. They like their praying. That's why they're called the prayers plant. But let's give a little moisture here. Now these like indirect, bright light. They're kind of considered a low light plant as far as where you want to put them. But I think some good lighting will do them good, but no direct sunlight. It'll probably burn the leaves. So there you go. Put you back out. That's all she wrote. Anything else? I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you about them. But I love this plant. I've had it before, but we'll see how it does here in the winter indoors, because it gets pretty dry here in the Midwest when we got the heat on. But you can also, for humidity, you can also place this on a tray with some pebbled rock and some water, but don't let it set in the water. Okay, that's another way you can keep it moist. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's a beautiful plant. Look at that. I'm going to love having it in my room up there. And, you know, next year I might have a video on doing the stem cuttings and doing that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, share it, like the video if it helped. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you about it. I had a little sheet here that kind of helped me with it. As far as pests, it says that they're prone to pests such as spider mites, mealybugs, and aphids. It's a good idea to inspect new plants thoroughly before bringing them indoors. Well, yeah, if you're going to have it outdoors, bringing it indoors like in the fall, you can drag some pests in. I've done it. I don't like it because they spread to the other plants, so it's something you got to think about. So anyway, thanks so much. Again, this is the Maranta prayers plant. Very pretty. You guys take care. We'll see you on the next one.